Guys, this is the New York City Charizards continuing in the review of the UBL Season 3 draft presented by the Pokemon Battle and Trading Community. Um, we are now looking at Week 7 after playing the Los Angeles Venusaurs. So we've got, and this team owned by Edwin Rivas also has similar motif to mine. He drafted his mascot Mon, which also happens to be a Mega and also one of the original starters, Venusaur. Me, my my mascot and Ace is Mega Charizard X, and also he was the one who took the other Landorus. Me, I've got Lando T, and he's got Lando I. So um, main difference there I'm already expecting is that he's going to go for a special attack motif, but Lando has enough stats in both to be either. Interestingly, the Therian form lowers his attack, raises his attack, but it makes him a bit slower. But in exchange, he also gains the ability to intimidate. So interesting trade-off, and yet Lando I ended up being an Ubers, but Lando T is still, and Lando T just down in OU, but both are still very threatening. So, um, and then of course there's Venusaur, which Mega Venusaur with its ability Thick Fat that gives him a bulk. Not only increases Mega Venusaur's bulk, um, it also provides fire and ice weakness, or that covers those fire and ice damage. Um, Reduces it, so it makes Mega Charizard X puts it in a position where it can't necessarily sweep as easily as I'd like to. Then he's got other threats, like he's got Rotom Wash, great defense that he can adjust as needed. I'm assuming most of the time Rotom Wash is defensive physically, but it can also be special, but depending on circumstance. But we'll see. Time will tell what he brings. Now he's got Jirachi, and more commonly known to the players as the God of Hacks, because its ability Serene Grace increases the chances that its spammable Iron Head move will cause flinching, up from 30 to about 60%, I believe, and 60% of the and as Brian Fantana in Anchorman once said, 60% of the time it works every time. In the case of Jirachi, that's very true. The last two will be kind of more. Well, I'm hesitant to use the word gimmicky, but also at the same time, they have got a purpose. They've got a purpose and a place on this team. Let's start with one. We've got Quagsire, who is water ground can be tends to be defensive, can learn counter, learn scald, recover, toxic. So basically, it helps with in any kind of stall game. So I gotta watch that. And then Arcanine has Intimidate, and with its physical prowess and fi- and being a physical fire attacker, it makes it difficult to contend with it at times. So I have to really play this one cautiously. Um, let's just admitted, um, I remember the outcome of this one, and tell you it was a surprise to everyone watching, especially since this one did get a bit of an audience. You see, you got Josh and you had Pat joining, and then I think Luigi and DCT joined a bit later. I feel like a couple of their spectated too, but anyways, let's get into it. So Lando T, Cartana and mine, Suicune, Zardex, Dragalg, and you've got everyone's favorite Rabambi. Well, after a couple of weeks, I think they stopped liking Rabambi, but let's get to it anyways. So, without further ado, I lead with Rabambi, reliable, reliable start, high speed web setting, can't be flinched. He can be taunted, but can't be flinched. So, throw the So I throw the webs. Now he volt switches out, and every mon he's got except Lando I is grounded. Well, Lando I and Rotom, but everything else is grounded, so they have no choice but to stick in the webs. And if Jirachi is Scarf, because it can't, then that's bad news for him because now he loses his Scarf speed. So now he's got to defog it somehow. He'll probably use Rotom to do that. Or he might have defog on Lando I. You never know. But let's keep going as we recount this one. So I fall back into Suicune, and he uses U-turn because he knows that he doesn't have his speed advantage, and I can easily outspeed him. So he gets out of there. Good move on his part. Here is probably going to defog, and here because now it's electric and water versus water. He can easily volt switch out and just go into it. He could also try and intercept. I'm expecting he might try to intercept me with Will-O-Wisp or with Hydro Pump or something that could cripple one of my other mons, like Lando T, who he might anticipate with the Volt Switch, so he might use a Hidden Power Ice or Hydro Pump and totally throw me off my game, much like how Lauren did last week with his full speed Zapdos. Let's see what happens. I decided to go for Substitute. He goes for Defog as expected. So Rabambi, sorry buddy, your trap was undone. Now I'm in his leftovers. I throw a Toxic to try and cripple his wall. So this is going to linger for a bit. Most of the time, I don't expect that others draft Cleric Mons. In other words, Mons that run Heal Bell, Aromatherapy, that will cure the whole team. So I'm already looking. And clearly he has mostly an offensive front with some defensive, so he's playing a bit of bulky offense, looks like. Well, actually, largely bulky offense, except for maybe Lando and Jirachi, but everything else he's got is anchors. So he throws the Volt Switch, breaks my Substitute, gets out of there, and sends in Venusaur. Now because I'm running Water move and a Poison move, I can't really do anything here. So the logical move for me is to switch out, which is bad because now he can go Mega, and so now I've got to rethink my plan because Mega Venusaur is a nightmare to try and break. So Lando can break it, but maybe he's anticipating that, so I really have to play this cautiously. Moving on, I switch into Dragaggle. Okay. And he switches back. Well, I guess he predicted I would get out of there, and so he did too. Probably to try and generate more momentum and rethink his plan. I feel like he's still hiding a Hidden Power Ice for my Lando, so we will be cautious. He Volt switches out. He goes to Jirachi. No more webs this time, but this time I lay a Toxic Spikes down. But of course, since he has got U-turn on one, he's got Volt Switch on another, and I'm anticipating that he might have U-turn on his Lando. That he's just got momentum on momentum on momentum on momentum for days. So he's going. Now he sends in Venusaur, interrupts it. Good play, good play. I go Shadow Ball because I believe, and I'm just going to check the draft real quick just to confirm this. That I am. Let's see, where is the LA Venusaurs? Right here. Yeah, he had a Raichu Alola. He did have Jirachi. Looks like in that time since he traded it, Lando I. It seemed like at the time it was a good idea to use Shadow Ball because he had a number of things that could have escaped that couldn't have gotten away from ghost attacks. So at least if I'm forcing him on the defensive, then that was the way to do it. Try and hit him with the best neutral as possible. Maybe Sludge Wave would have been a better idea, but at the same time he also had Jirachi. He also had Quagsire, so we're just making sure that he can't get away as well. And the special defense drop also would help there too, plus life orb damage. Now he has to get out of there. So now at this time to drop a Draco. As finally as Draco Meteor, and goodbye Quagsire. Alright, so match is already starting to go a bit in my favor. He pulls out Lando I, which probably is Life Orb, and its ability Sheer Force cancels out the negative effect of Life Orb if he uses a move that can inflict stat drops or something, or has a secondary effect. So, now, it's a battle of the Landos. I send out my Lando. The Intimidate probably doesn't do anything, but I don't know, maybe I expected him to use Earth Power, but this reminded me that Lando can learn Psychic. So he inflicts the Psychic, and that's a smart move because my only resist for Psychic at that point is Kartana, and Kartana has horrendous special bulk. So not leaving me with a lot of options, so good play by Edwin. I go to Suicune. I need to get the bulk back in. He goes for the hidden power, so because it's not very effective, I'm going to assume that he was aiming for hidden power ice. Ice to try and hit something on my side because 4 of my team, at least 2 of them will take the super effective damage. 2 of them will take neutral damage. So he's putting me on the defensive now. All right, so he gets out of there. He goes to his defensive mod. I go for the calm mind, so I can at least hold out against it. Now I'm going for the substitute. He goes for the volt switch, which he gets out of there. He sends in Venusaur. Of course, I can't do anything against Venusaur, so Suicune is just a sitting duck. Back to Dragalge. He goes to the Mega, now in trouble. Now this, I did not see coming. Swords Dance. Swords Dance Venusaur. First, I didn't even realize Venusaur could use Swords Dance. Maybe I just haven't experimented with it enough to know. But then he went for the Earthquake, so now, because he was so slow, I can't really gauge what he was. So, it was in this... So, Kartana, of course, being the fastest thing, faster than everything else that he owns, he inflicts a Psycho Cut, and this thing just survives. It hangs on. I'd have to calculate if that was a roll or not, but that thing, I expected it to go in a single shot, and instead, he gets a crit that nearly takes out my Kartana, and that's bad. And Venusaur should not have that much attack power, unless he opted for that. So now, I'm starting to believe this is a special heat set for Venusaur, and he is not going for bulk. He is going for an unorthodox offense, which right now is it's about to give him the lead. So I got to get Kartana out of there. Oh wait, no, I just went for the kill. I just went for the kill in that moment. But now I got to get Kartana out of there because I can't risk losing it so easily. He goes for the U-turn. Smart move by him because Jirachi will give him the U-turn momentum. He goes to his Arcanine, gets the Intimidate, slows my Zardax down. That's not good, because now I can't have to dance. I have to Dragon Dance up so I can get back the lost attack. This I also don't expect. I thought he might try. Thought he might try Outrage, or might try Close Combat, or some other move. Maybe Extreme Speed just to outpace me. But no, he threw a Toxic, and that again cripples my Zardax, just like it did in my game against Lauren. Charizard, why do you like getting poisoned? Why? Just stop getting poisoned. Ugh. Anyways, I go for the Dragon Claw now that I have my full attack back. But he goes for the Dragon Pulse. I didn't... Again, I thought I would have expected Outrage, but he really went out of his way to plan for me. So right now he's doing that flawlessly, and he's about to take out my biggest gun, but I take out his physical fire for the count as well, so giving me a slight edge. Now Kartana's back in the game, and I get back to Lando T, and he goes to Jirachi. He's probably going to U-turn out. No, he goes Iron Head. I was wrong. But now Flinch God lives up to its name, so I got to get out of there. So he goes for another Iron Head. That delivers a little damage. I recover a bit. He goes out of there. He goes to Rotom. I go Calm Mind. I'm trying to build up a defense because even with his best electric attacks, he can't KO me. I go for another Calm Mind. All right, now I'm probably safe. But holy crap, I am wrong, and that I think just broke me right there. He broke right through. Crit I did not see coming. The first crit crippled Kartana down to almost nothing, and then the second one took out my big wall. And without that, even if he was to flinch me to death, like Suicune could have still gotten one shot off and still done some damage. But no, now I can't break. Now unless I get lucky, I can't break him. And at this point, I think I had just lost because I didn't know how else to bring it home. I go to Kartana. I need to get that Scarf off him. I need to ruin his speed game because I still have Rabombi, and I think I had Rock Polish on Lando, so I might be able to turn this around. But now I gotta let Kartana go because now all my big guns are gone. I get the Choice Scarf off. He gets the Iron Head. Goodbye, Kartana. Sorry, buddy, but you did what you had to do. Rabombi's out now. All right, Rabombi, time to earn your place. So he shoots a Moonblast. Just wanted to get the most powerful attack possible because he can't He can't dodge with anything else. He sends in Lando. Lando is slower, but I can still fire a shot. I'm thinking since I don't believe I ran Hidden Power Ice that week, so I went for a Moonblast to try and at least slow down his special attacking. And the special attack job happened, but the Sludge Wave happened too, and Lando is still as powerful as ever. Now it's finally the showdown of the Landos, but he revealed Hidden Power Ice earlier. I believe that was Hidden Power Ice. And so I believe if that is true, then my Lando unfortunately loses, and there is loss number 2. Yep. Well, he played well. Good game, Edwin. That crit really, really stung. But it's all but crits, flinching, all part of the game. So nothing more I can say about that except good job.